لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. Tell the believing men to lower their gaze. There's some, difference of opinion about that. The Malikis understood it to mean one way. Some, Fakhruddin al-Razi mentions the min there is for tab'id. It's for lowering the gaze, not completely, like looking down like this, but not contemplating her mahasin, her zina, not looking upon her lustfully, things like that. So you're going to get difference of opinion that are related to cultures. And the ulama talk about when times get corrupt, it's preferable to be more strict, to interpret things on a more strict, because you have a lot of just bad people. And unfortunately, in a lot of the Muslim countries, the behavior of the men is quite frightening. I mean, of the high, you were just recently in a country, in Latifa, in a country, where the men's behavior is shameful on the streets. Shameless. The goggling of women, shameless, thank you. There's a shameless behavior on the streets, the goggling of women. I mean, even in some of the quote-unquote strictest Muslim countries, you're shocked at the type of accosting that goes on to some of the women. And I have personal friends, Americans that have lived, who became Muslim, and these women went with their husbands, and they're shocked, because these things don't happen to them in this country. Really? And these come from Muslim men. Now, I really think, this is fasad. I mean, this is corruption. This is the fasad. The society has become corrupt. And at that point, women, we need to protect our women from that type of abuse, because by Sharia, that is abuse. In fact, the ayah in the Quran about the hijab is in order that you are not abused, not accosted. It's a protective measure against those type of people. Now, in the Muwatta of Imam Malik, and if you don't think Imam Malik is from the Salaf, right, then who's from the Salaf? Because he's from the Qurun al-Mushahada bil-Khayr, from those periods of time that the Prophet testified to their uprightness, and he was from the most virtuous of those people by the consensus of the Ummah. In the Muwatta, he was asked about, what do you think about a man, can his wife sit with his company and eat with them? And Imam Malik said, I don't see any harm in it if they're correct, if there's adab. They don't become frivolous, there's not, improper intimacy, there's not, right? And a woman can come in to the gathering and do these things according to Imam Malik radiallahu anhu, as long as there's some basic adab done. So, I think beware of extremes, I mean, Imam al-Busayri says, beware of the two extremes of satiety and hunger. And then he says, and maybe hunger, in many cases, is worse than satiety. In other words, to go to the extreme of deprivation is often worse than going to the extreme of overindulgence. So if we become too Puritan, right, this is what happened in this country. They became Puritans. And boom, now look at the country. We've gone to the complete opposite. Muslims are balanced. We're the middle people. If you have this type of Puritanism in a culture, what happens is it goes to the opposite. And people become, so in our quote-unquote most Puritan of countries, pornography is a major problem. The accosting of women is a major problem. Rape is a major problem. I mean, this is a reality. You see? So Muslims traditionally very balanced cultures and balanced societies. And, I've been in cultures where they're very Muslim and there is interaction between the men and the women, and they don't have these social problems. But it's done with adab, there's not like a complete, how you doing? And, it's done with adab and things like that.